To be notified of videos from this channel, please subscribe and press the bell icon. What is happening, YouTube? Welcome back to another brand new episode of the Savant Life, and we are still bang in the middle of a cooler fever. Or maybe I think it's time I start calling it by its official name, the Apache RR 310. Regardless, like Shakespeare said, what is in a name, because the bike looks stunning and feels absolutely fantastic, and ever since its launch on December 6th, 2017, it has captured the imaginations of moto enthusiasts all across the country. Now, in case you've not been able to get up to date on all the action surrounding the Apache RR 310, or you're simply overwhelmed by the amount of information available, you don't need to worry because I have you covered. There's some very interesting things about this bike, and in this video I bring you 5 unique things that you should absolutely know about the latest offering from TVS, the Apache RR 310. So without wasting any more time, let's go ahead, rev those engines, and be off to the races. Now, TVS has left no stone unturned in convincing us that the Apache RR 310 is a track-focused machine. While the jury might still be out on that one because a lot of people have found it to be a nice balance between a racing bike and a sports tourer, TVS has gone ahead and loaded up the bike with some nifty bells and whistles. One of which is a lap timer that TVS has smartly built into its rather uniquely styled vertical console, and you can use this lap timer by pressing the day pass switch on the left hand side of the handlebar. While the manner of using the lap timer might be a little debatable, it is definitely a nifty feature to have in your bike, especially considering its purported racing genes. As we all know by now, the Apache 310 RR shares a lot of the anatomy of the BMW G310R. TVS has worked very closely with BMW in the design of this bike, and as a result you will find that it has the same or almost a very similar trellis frame, which is definitely a first for a TVS bike. However, considering the Apache 310 is more of a sports bike, some adjustments have been made to the trellis frame in order to improve handling. Interestingly enough, the Apache 310 RR sports a single-cylinder liquid-cooled 313cc engine that is reverse inclined. The keywords over here, of course, being it is reverse inclined because according to TVS, this moves the crankshaft closer to the front wheel, thus increasing the swing arm and its length. Now, for those of you who might be uninitiated, people who participate in drag races or who generally like to compete on the racetrack prefer a longer swing arm, and it's not surprising that TVS came up with this innovative design in order to make sure the Apache truly lives up to the hype of being a track tool. The TVS Apache is fast, real fast. It has a claimed top speed of 160 km per hour, and it can go from 0 to 60 in a mere 2.3 seconds. Now, while these numbers are incredibly impressive, especially for an Indian bike manufacturer, with great power comes great responsibility, and with that we have to talk about braking. The Apache RR 310 does not disappoint on this front. Braking duties are handled by a 300mm pedal disc at the front and a 240mm pedal disc at the back. Dual channel ABS comes as standard on the bike, and this can be switched off, especially if you want to cut loose on the track and have some fun. Now, for those of you who are wondering what dual channel ABS is, it essentially means both the front wheel and the back wheel get the anti-lock braking system. This bike also comes with anti-backlift or ABL, which essentially means that when ABS is on, the bike will make sure your back wheel does not lift off of the ground. So if you want to pop some stoppies, you will have to switch that ABS off. Surely by now we can all agree that the design of the TVS Apache 310RR is absolutely stunning. Seems all of those months that TVS kept us waiting at the edge of our seats were well utilized in honing every minute detail of a design that is heavily inspired from a shark. Retaining more elements than one would have expected from the 2016 concept vehicle that was showcased at the Indian Auto Expo, this bike looks like a crossover between a Ducati Panigale and a Hero Honda Charisma. In case you've not noticed the similarities with the Charisma, then go ahead and pay attention to the exhaust pipe, the side panels, and especially that Apache stickering on the side again. Anyway, getting back to the shark-inspired looks, the Apache 310RR has side vents that TVS calls gill fins that make sure that the hot air coming out of the engine is directed away from the legs of the rider. Combine this with a liquid-cooled engine and you can be sure that this bike is going to keep you very, very cool even when the engine is being pushed to higher RPMs. TVS has also extensively tested the aerodynamics of this bike in a wind tunnel, and fortunately, no shocks were harmed during this process. But all jokes aside, the TVS Apache RR 310 truly lives up to being in a cooler. Now, even though we saw a few spy shots of the Apache 310 testing in blue, TVS has gone ahead and launched this mean machine only in two colors, the racing red and the racing black. Now, even though I've not seen too many people complain about this, I think it's actually a good thing that they've limited the color options to only two, because it helps them carve out a distinct visual identity for their flagship offering. Unlike the Apache RTR 200, which is available in not one, not two, but 7 different colors. Yes, you got that right, 7 different colors. I think just as the Akula or the Apache 310 was inspired by a shark, I think the 200 was probably inspired by a rainbow. But anyways, getting back to the colors of the Apache 310, between the red and the black, I actually think the red version looks much better, and that is very surprising for me to be saying that, because I usually prefer black, as you can probably make out with my shirt, my car and my bike, all of which are in black. However, this particular shade that Apache seems to have launched in black seems to be having a bit of an identity crisis and can't seem to make up its mind if it is a glossy finish or a matte finish, and I think that takes away a little bit from the black version of the bike. But the red version, on the other hand, I think looks absolutely beautiful, and it has this great similarity to the Ducati Panigale, which makes me an instant fan. However, if I were to buy this bike in red, I would keep it stock only for a few months before putting a 3M white wrap around the dome, the side panels and the tail, while leaving just the tank in its stock red. I think that would make the bike look sick. What do you think? How would you modify this already gorgeous machine? Go ahead and let me know in the comment section below, and if you have any other tidbits about the Apache 310 RR, go ahead and leave them over there as well. So that was my video about the Apache 310 RR and the 5 things that you should absolutely know about this bike. If you found this video to be useful, then go ahead and hit that like button and also share it with your peeps. And if this is your first time around at the Savant Life, then make sure to hit that subscribe button, because it only takes a second. And while you're at it, go ahead and click the bell icon as well so that you can be notified when I put out more new content. I will see you in the next one, but until then, thank you so much for watching. Take care, ride safe, be good, and as always, have fun.